Hello, mic test. Good evening and welcome to round 11 of the 7th season of the JF, and welcome back to what is already the grand finale of this season. Time flies, doesn't it? So this weekend, obviously the first weekend of April, of course. Obviously in real life Formula One, it is the Japanese Grand Prix, round number 3 of the actual Formula One 2025 season. But here we are. The same weekend, we have the grand finale of the 7th season of the JF Championship. So, for those new to JF, it is in you know that the JF Championship will be probably in line with the F1 game releases, with the exception of this season, whereby it is based on F1 23 game, similar to the 6th season of the JF, and that's because of a unanimous vote from most of our participants, past participants, that is. To have the game on the F1 23 platform instead of the F1 24, the obviously newest game on the market right now. So it leaves to be answered whether the F1 24 game will be used for the 8th season of the JF, or would it be going straight to the F1 25 game, which should be released in due time. So typically, the JF season would span from the months of October the previous year to around March or April of the current year. That has always been a JF tradition over the past few seasons. And of course, we have a total of 11 to 12 rounds every single season. Unfortunately, we'll not have a 12th round for this current season, and it will all end here, culminating in Silverstone at the British Grand Prix. So obviously, what couldn't be a more iconic track to end the season with, as opposed to Silverstone? We have our votes in from our previous track vote from most of our drivers. So here in the JF, most of our next track will be voted by our drivers currently participating, our full-time drivers, as a matter of fact. So the 3 tracks for the vote will be China, obviously the Shanghai International Circuit, Las Vegas, the Las Vegas Street Circuit that is, and the British Grand Prix here in Silverstone. So a whopping 14 votes over 7 to Las Vegas and 5 for Shanghai. So more than double the more of the people who wanted Silverstone as the grand finale track for the season. So obviously, we definitely have lots of drivers who have already prepared very well for this race, of course. Or maybe they're just hardcore. Formula One fans, they love the iconic Silverstone circuit so much that they voted for the British Grand Prix. And obviously, that spells well for a very good finale race for this current season. So, without any further ado, let's take you through the current championship standings so far. So here it is, the current championship standings for both our drivers as well as the team as well. So here we go. We have Skipper, the only driver so far to make it into the 200-point mark, 202 points versus Panda Dan's 194 points. And then we have another head-to-head battle for third place, Ducky versus Tapromancer, 133 to 121 points. So extremely tight here inside the Drivers' Championship between the top 4. A double head-to-head battle amongst the top 2 and the next 2 as well. Curado, on a war of its own, finishing 5th at best. That is at least X-Knights. X-Knights will now finish. Maple Leaf. Maple Leaf in 6th place with 78 points, but obviously, Maple Leaf is obviously the reserve driver, I think. Is he a reserve driver? Let's have a look. He's been promoted full-time to Alfa Romeo. My apologies. So Maple Leaf have 78 points in 6th place. Then we have X-Knights in 7th with 68, Noom in 58. So about a 10-point gap in between the upper midfield. So it is going to be tight in terms of who's going to change the order around the upper midfield. So that's going to be a cause of concern right here. If any of these midfield drivers can cause an upset, it's going to cause a significant change inside the upper midfield in terms of the point standing. So take very close caution here in terms of the upper midfield. Of course, it's a little bit of a changes up, down, down. So yes, sorry, this is a bit messy down there on the screen. So yes, X-Knights is 68 as well as Noom with 58, Ramen 46, and JW with 44. So Ramen and JW just rounding out the top 10 in terms of the standings. So here it is, your top 10 for the drivers. But obviously, most of the prize money, as with the actual F1 sim racing, aka the F1 Esports, lies in the Constructors' Championship. So what we have here is a head-to-head battle between Williams and McLaren. Only 12 points separate them. That is between Williams and McLaren, 259 points versus 247 in favor of Williams. So anything can change here. 12 points in the Constructors' Championship is extremely tight. It's not 12 points in the drivers, it's 12 points in the constructors. So assuming you are going to play 2-player mode by any team, whereby both drivers are present for the team, including reserve drivers here, that's going to be a huge paradigm shift in terms of one team. So let's have a look at the attendance for today. We have, in the McLaren team, we have Panadan's not appearing. Panadan, he has opted not to come. So Panadan's not attending grand finale. So that obviously is going to hand the trophy in the driver's standings straight away to Skipper. Skipper's definitely going to get us some around. And now Williams will also have the benefit of his teammate there, But Wido, Skipper's teammate, is here. So it's a two-player mode for Williams' team. And as for the McLaren team, Shining Storm has also played for to cover that deficit of 12 points to catch up to Williams in terms of the Constructors' Championship. Tall order by the Hong Kong driver, but obviously he'll be very determined to capitalize on some kind of drama in order to get that first place on Constructors. So Shining Storm also played for here in terms of Roshan Robot, however, is second driver for McLaren today, playing as reserve driver. So Roshan Robot taking over Panadan's place in the McLaren team. So Roshan Robot, obviously, season 5 winner, season 5 champion Roshan Robot. Well, it's going to be a huge battle again. The rivalry between Roshan Robot versus Skipper once again emanating right here. And this is going to be an absolute cinema to watch it. So stay tuned, everybody. Now, moving on to current Constructors' Championship, we have third and fourth. Ferrari 182, Mercedes 162 points. So once again, 20 points separating third place and fourth place in the Constructors. So it is going to be pretty interesting right here. For the Mercedes as well as the Ferrari team. So Ferrari, you have two drivers present today. Mercedes, Von Haley is not coming today. Will he have a replacement? No. I'm sorry, Wayne. Wayne is replacing Von Haley. So this will be interesting here. Now we know Wayne's performance in the first few races of this season has been particularly strong. Now, if you're going to put him inside the drivers championship, he's going to be easily within the top 3 or top 4, trying to trouble them. So I would put him within that 61 point void in between Panadan and Ducky. So very interesting scenario right here for Mercedes. They have the power of Wayne as well as Ducky. Now, Ducky and Wayne extremely dangerous here. They are dangerous in terms of offsetting a 20-point deficit of Ferrari. But we know Ferrari's teamwork here with very, very equally paced cars. They can play the team game to try to deny any advantage Mercedes may have here. So this, once again, brings a very, very interesting conclusion to the Constructors' Championship here. Which team would prevail in the individual head-to-head battle here? Is it going to be Williams? Is it going to be McLaren? Now, is it going to be Ferrari versus Mercedes? Place your bets here. It's going to be extremely interesting fight to watch. Now, moving down the order, AlphaTauri with 5, we call it Racing Bulls now. AlphaTauri or Racing Bulls, 129 points. They look pretty stationary there at 5th place, but obviously there's 23 points separate between them and Mercedes. And then we have Red Bull. Surprisingly, the Racing Bulls are beating the Red Bull. Sounds like real life Formula 1 here, isn't it? The second driver of the Red Bull just not making any inroads on the RB team. So 33 points between 6th place Red Bull to the Racing Bulls on 129. Can they overturn that thing? But oh no, that's probably because Red Bull has only one driver left. The other Red Bull driver has left the championship midway. So unfortunately for Raman, all to play for here. He'll try his best. Alongside him, he'll have another teammate joining him. That's Ryan. Ryan obviously joining us in season 4 of this championship. So Ryan will be replacing Sky and pairing up alongside Raman for the Red Bull team. So moving down the order, extremely tight in the back as well. Alfa Romeo versus Haas down in the fight for 7th place. Alfa Romeo would not see new. We don't any replacement here. Maple Leaf would be the sole driver here, but obviously Maple Leaf converted into a full-time driver, currently sitting in the 6th in the standings. And as well as Haas. Would they have Haas so far? No one in Haas team here. So I guess Alfa Romeo will be staying in 7th place, but Alpine 17 points behind Haas for 9th and 8th here. So the question now is Alpine. We have one driver here. I think Hedges, Yurvex, season 4 champion, will not be joining us today. Hedges would need to score at least 18 points to overturn Haas for 8th place. So the question is, can he do it? Hedges here. Aston Martin, though, are sitting at the bottom of the standings, unfortunately. Now, just to update you on the JAF rules, all teams except the last place team would be eligible for the prize pool in terms of constructor standings. So for the Aston Martin team, Miro B-Sim and Yassizi, they'll be working together here engaging in two-player mode to try to get as many points as possible to this evening to try to see if they can overturn a 17-point deficit over Alpine, which is only made up of Hedris, who is not even confirmed whether it's coming or not. So we don't see any Alpine drivers turning up inside the lobby as of now. We currently have 12 drivers. BSIM is already inside the lobby. We're not. We haven't seen any from the Alpine team, so it might be advantage Aston Martin here. There could be a last-minute swap in the standings. So all to play for here. Qualifying is just a few minutes away. And now we'll just hold on for a little moment as we start to add more players inside this lobby. So, once again, if you're just joining us, welcome once again to the 7th season of the JF here in Silverstone. Very iconic circuit to round off the season. Obviously, the Silverstone circuit, one of the circuits used for a double header in the COVID hit 2020 season in real life. Obviously, all drivers, well, most certainly taken liking to the sport since the COVID season. And obviously, well, the COVID season has been a very, very good catalyst in attracting new Formula One fans around the world. And here we are at the Silverstone circuit. And obviously, this is one of the favorites in my book as well. So, if you're just joining in, well, let us know in the chat. What is your favorite corner here in the Silverstone circuit? Is it the Stowe corner? Is it the Cops corner? Is it Kentucky flat out? What is it? It's going to be... Obviously, I think for the drivers, there would be multiple because obviously, if they're going to see a gap in any of these corners, they're certainly going to go for it and get that position away from their rivals. So, still waiting for a few more to come into the lobby, and we're hoping we can get underway as quickly as possible this evening. So if we're just joining in once again, we're just about to start the qualifying session for the JF Championship. And right now, we do have quite a bit of drivers you're going to get in. We have both Red Bulls in the lobby, both McLarens in the lobby, both Williams in the lobby, and both Ferraris in the lobby, both Mercedes in the lobby. A lot of teams with two-player mode today. Mostly the teams in the upper half of the standings have two-player mode to help them today. We're seeing Maple Leaf without teammates so far. 6 of the teams, sorry, BSIM as well. So out of Maple Leaf, BSIM, most of the teams have 2 players today, as well as, oh no, Sacramento as well. So 5 teams with 2 drivers this evening. So currently it's 10 minutes past 9 today, and obviously we're hoping to see some action pretty shortly. So waiting 2 more drivers to join in the lobby before we get started. So right here, this exciting finale here, where points are so crucial before we start the race. So while we're waiting for the final 2 drivers, let's keep you updated on the rules for the JF in terms of the point scoring here. So, just an update from our management team. He just will join later. He will seek permissions from the stewards to join the race, and missing quality, he'll be late for the session. So Hedris will be starting right from the back this evening. the qualifying mode will be a short qualifying session. So a single session of qualifying to dictate the grid. So 18 minutes of qualifying will start the grid here. And the other 14 driver, who's that? Is that I have no idea who is that. Still missing, and apparently just worrying that he may not be coming in for this race, unfortunately. Appears to be Yazizi. Yazizi, unfortunately. No way for KJ to, no way for the management team to contact the Turkish drivers. So unfortunately, we're going to have a short qualifying session of just 13 drivers. So, well, if you do recall, here in the JF, the top 12 drivers would score points here. So whoever's going to attend qualifying now would be in a good position to try to score some points this evening. So you'll be pretty happy, but obviously the question now is how far ahead of the grid they can start. Here we go. The single qualifying session is about to begin. So, we do have a couple of strong names amongst the list for qualifying. Skipper, we have Maple Leaf, we have Wayne, Techromancer, Rashawn Robot. 3 different champions inside the list for qualifying this evening. It is going to be quite a shocking. Maple Leaf doesn't appear to be connecting. He appears to be connecting JW as well. We're going to see any drivers getting disconnected. Appears to be, well, just waiting for players. Lobby appears to be, it's loading, finally complete. A very long time for it to be complete here, but at least finally we're on the way. And qualifying, the sole qualifying session is on the way with 13 drivers this evening. Who's going to be out first? Finally, we can get some racing action, or rather track action. Finally ongoing. Any engines going off so far? Well, we all know Maple Leaf in the Alpha Romeo team is the first, normally always the first to start going out along Techromancer. Are they going to be the first to be out of the pits this time around for the finale? Or are they going to do something different from a change? We hear engines starting up inside the garages. We see JW's tire blankets being lifted off. Is it going to be Ferrari? And we see a Mercedes going out as well. That looks like Darky. Simultaneous exiting here, and Techromancer goes out first, obviously. Who odds different? Maple Leaf also going out. The first 2 to be out, Techromancer and Maple Leaf. I told you, it's always these 2 who will be the first 2 to be out. On the outlet there, Techromancer and Maple Leaf, followed by what I see, I think it's the Williams driver there. That should be Wido also coming out. So the first 2 here. So who's going to set on benchmark lap here? Is it going to be Techromancer? Is it going to be Maple Leaf? Are we going to see any passes made there? Obviously, we know that the Silverstone circuit is so reliant on the track evolution here, alongside other traditional circuits like Suzuka, where we are seeing this weekend, whereby drivers who go out later have a better advantage, and that's why we see drivers say like Lando Norris is able to get past Oscar Piastri in the qualifying session earlier as well. So by going out early, they pretty much must be pretty confident in terms of their ability to capitalize on the circuit conditions, or they must have been really training so hard on the circuit to actually be confident of the skills to try to go out early. Barring that, it might be the traffic situation as well. Yes, there might be only 13 drivers on the circuit for this qualifying session, but any traffic that we catch in the crucial corners, such as Cups or Stowe or Vale, it's going to compromise the lap time so bad. So I guess for these drivers, they just want to play a little bit on the safe side here. Such as Techromancer. So Techromancer, right now, Tachomancer will be the first to start the lap. And here we go with Tachomancer. Our first qualifying lap of this grand finale is on. So let's have a look at Tachomancer starting his flying lap. We're on the first sector now. What's it going to be? He goes through Abbey, Village out across the loop. A very long lap anywhere. It just looks like an eternity right here. Pull the back straight here. What we call the Wellington Straight. All the way down to Brooklyn's first sector time for Tachomancer at 27.457. Maple Leaf surely behind with 27.516. Just a little bit shy of him. And now traffic is going to be an issue for Tachomancer. He's going to catch the traffic of, I guess, this Roshan robot. Stays in the slipstream of Roshan right here. But is Roshan going to yield? Yes, he's going to yield. Great job to keep out away for Roshan robot. And now Tachomancer can carry on his way through cars. And now the iconic Magnus and Beckett's Maple Leaf, well, also passing the McLaren right there. Goes through Magnus and Beckett's. So Tachomancer first across the line, 102.588 across the second section. Maple Leaf unfortunately has unvalidated his lap there. Through Magnus and Beckett's. It's such a tight part to conquer that the curve is so dangerous. One wrong move and either you're on the grass or your lap time is gone. It's going to be all focused on the track and you invalidated the lap time. Tachomancer, however, has not invalidated his lap time and he goes across the line in 1:25.891 as a benchmark. Now, a little bit behind, we're going to see more times, let's say, but Wido about 1.5 seconds behind, 1:27.418. Next up, Corrado in the Ferrari is also about to set his lap time. Corrado, the Ferrari now through the final few corners. Now to see here, Bill and Club. Corrado goes and splits to there, just 3/10 off Tachomancer. Great lap from him. What about Wayne? Wayne matching Tachomancer in the first two sectors and goes up to P1, 1/10 ahead of Tachomancer. Wayne in the Mercedes is ahead of Tachomancer right now. And what about other drivers who are currently on hot lap? We now have Skipper who's currently on hot lap. Let's go on board with him. JW also right behind him on the hot lap here. Skipper, 27.353 in the first sector. That's very decent indeed. Skipper in our current championship standing. Darky goes ahead as a Mercedes 1-2 here. But I'm pretty sure that the Williams driver of Skipper, well, he's a certified champion, but he has all to play for here in the constructors here, and you definitely want to back both the constructors as well as the drivers champion here. So let's have a look at Skipper. How's he going to negotiate Magnus and Beckett's flat out through Magnus. It slows a bit from Beckett's. Nice shot of control, but all goes. He misses a little bit and we're entering the Chapel curve, and he's lost time. Entering Chapel, and that's not good indeed for Skipper. But can he make up the time in the final sector? It's all to play for here for Skipper. On the Q1, it's not in full Q1, Q2, Q3. It's not full qualifying, so it's all to play for here for Skipper. He needs to be careful. He needs to be mindful of that. Slow through there, and he only manages to go 5th fastest as Roshan Robot is our new pole sitter right here right now. JW right behind him. What can JW and Ferrari do? Goes up to 9th fastest, 1:27.567. That leaves Ramin, the only driver, yet to set a lap time, along with Ryan going for additional warm-up lap there. So let's have a look at the two Red Bulls here, Ramin and Ryan. Oh, their names can be Ryan there. Ryan? Yeah, so Ramin there, hopefully they have a little bit of chemistry. Oh, invalid this time. Ramin goes on the grass and spins out. And time gone for Ramin. Ultimately for Ryan, didn't live there. He might have the lift because he no yellow flags. And yes, he has the lift. I think that time, that is going to be, oh, Wayne is retired. Wayne is retired in his 3rd place. And did he crash or he's busy or something? He's retiring the pits though. So Wayne deciding that P3 is good enough for him. No confident there, 1:25.7. So interesting from Wayne there as Ryan now across the line. Ryan goes 11th fastest, just hit a shining storm in the McLaren, but Ramin definitely needs to go again. Ramin's it's gonna go again. Let's look at Ramin. Here, look at Ramin. Now negotiating the Stowe corner. He's gonna go for a lap again. Oh, yes, it's 201 with his tires here. He has the battery. He's going for another lap. So let's go by Ramin with these tires and let's bring him aboard on a lap on the Red Bull of Ramin. Ramen goes up to 8th position. Victor is very tentative on those tires. The lap time was very tentative, and he didn't. Apparently, I think that mistake has cost him his confidence there. As Ryan as well, Ryan has gone off. Ryan has gone off at the loop there, just for the Wellington Straight. So not a very good day for the Red Bull team here. Apparently, as it stands, with the Racing Bull of Takramancer really appears to trump both of the Red Bulls. So Red Bull would really want to get the deficit over in terms of the standings, and that is not one way you want to do it here. Shining Storm in 13th place, still over a second away from 12th place Brian here, so obviously also not showing his form as of now. Hopefully we can see much better from them. Meanwhile, we're looking at B-Sim and Bawido is first driver, so let's go on board with Bawido, who's made a personal best first sector. Looks pretty decent there. He's matching with the front runners in the first sector, 27.5 in the first sector for Bawido. So it is going to be quite an improvement for Bawido. Stay tuned here as Bawido's going through Max and Beckett's. B-Sim matches his first sector, the first attempt, and now Bawido. And a massive improvement in the second sector. 1 second up on his previous attempt. There's a massive improvement for the Williams driver. And that's going to put him within the skipper territory here. And if you're going to see Ferrari engage two-player mode, what about Williams? Can they engage the two-player mode as well? This would be interesting if Bawido has a massive improvement, which I think he's going to have it. It's a 126.4 and is indeed going to put him within skipper territory here. It puts him at 126.4, just short of skipper. B-Sim, personal best sector 2, but I don't think it's going to be enough to put him within the Ramen JW territory here. We have a very tight midfield, but the lower midfield below P10 is a massive gap. B-Sim decides to abort the lap and call the tires another day here. So B-Sim now just going to the pits and calling a day. 7 minutes remain in this session. All to play for still. And we're going to see more time something come in. Corrado, purple sector 2. Look at Corrado here, purple sector 2 here, and he's a massive margin ahead. Looks like Ferrari is looking extremely strong here. Think about this could be a Lewis Hamilton lap that you're going to see right here. Look at that. Corrado, round across the start finish right here is improving. Corrado onto the pole position. 125.331 for Corrado. And that's a massive quarter of a second ahead of Roshan Robot. Where did this come from? Well, everything Max Verstappen slap in the Formula 1 race earlier was exciting. This is even more exciting here. Look at that. Now, what about Roshan Robot and Daki? Do they have any answer to that? They're on hot laps right now. Roshan Robot, not a personal best sector 2. He's lost time, big time in the more technical parts of the circuit. And Daki, though, is improving. But Corrado, anyone has answer to the Ferrari drive here. This is exciting beyond words. Roshan Robot can't improve, not even a personal best lap there. And Corrado, we have to review the lap. That was amazing stuff from the Ferrari driver, and it's a leak ahead of the front runners. Oh my goodness me. And Daki, Daki's not done yet. There's a purple sector 2 from Daki. This is interesting here for the Mercedes team. Remember, Ferrari and Mercedes embroil in the constructors battle for 3rd place in the standings here. But Corrado, with that lap time, easy pole, it seems. Is it going to be easy enough? Got Ducky, can't improve. He stays 125.637, 300s off, and Roshan Robot would be the shield as it stands between Ferrari and Mercedes in terms of where they start. Now, next driver to battle Corrado, Skipper. Currently negotiating through Maggots and Beckett's, but we all know Skipper, our current champion here. Would he want to start 7th alongside his teammate? Would he Well, I don't think so. A purple sector 2, and I see most drivers really taking advantage of the track evolution to improve through sector 2. Skipper, meanwhile, just really firing the car everywhere. And now Skipper is just fighting through the curves right here. Skipper, appear to have lost time there. That's not a good way to take the cross. He's back out of it. He's completely back out of it. But he's always battery who needs to recharge and go again. But we all know with warm tires, how's the time going to be if you would take a toll on tires like that? Now, what about JW in the Ferrari team? JW in the Ferrari is currently on a hot lap, and it's looking he's lost time, half a second down already. But after the second runs, amazing stuff from Corrado. 125.331. That is close, if not literally unbeatable here. So now we're gonna look at more laps coming in from the midfield. We have Ramen and Shining Storm just across sectors 1 right now. Ramen, personal best sector 1, 27.5, also matching the front runners right here. Good job from Ramen. But now here's where the time is gain and loss. Sector 2, a very technical part, all the way from down the Wellington Straight, all the way down to Chapel. And this is where time is so crucial here. Oh, Ramen, obviously not having confidence as we expected here, and not taking Cup's flight out, just lifting throttle a little bit. And whether it's gonna be playing on the safe side here, Ramen. Shining Storm, meanwhile, not a personal best sector 1. If it's improved to 123, but not improving that. And Ramen, oh, massive improvement there to sector 2. Ryan, meanwhile, also improving through sector 1 right now. His teammate, we're going back to Ryan once Ramen's lap is done. So Ramen, here we are through the final. Oh no, Shining Storm has validated his lap time. Ramen now through the final corner. What's it going to be? It's 1 minute 26.578. Goes up to stays P10, but improves his time pretty decently. Ryan lost time and he's back out of it as well. So not good times coming in for Ryan. B-Sim meanwhile. B-Sim stays P11. Well, improves time, but not its position as well, 127.597. So Ramen, meanwhile, joining the upper midfield with that time of 126.5. But still, very tight and closely competitive field right here. 1.2 seconds separating the top 10 drivers. 11, 12, and 13. Just we're not finding the maximum grip expected here in Silverstone. 2.5 minutes left on the clock. And we're going to see a final gaggle of cars to decide the final grid right here. Wayne, just unfortunate to just have left the car. Maybe he's counted his chickens before they hatch right there. We know Wayne can be better than that 4th place at 125.791. So just unfortunate for Wayne. But we know that the track evolution is so great here. Definitely a contender for pole, but just leaving the session early and retiring from the session, just not doing Mercedes any good. We might well see a Mercedes on pole, but could that decision from Wayne to leave the qualifying early might have cost Mercedes the constructors of a Ferrari? That's a big question, especially if Corrado goes on to win the race. This might be a talking point later through the race as well. But currently, still looking for Mercedes because they are still alongside on row 2 of the right now, and B-Sim decided to call it a day. It's not going to carry on long. Meanwhile, 125 to go. We have Taco Mensa, who's carrying on the lap. Let's go boy with Taco Mensa in the RB. What's it going to be for Taco Mensa? Is it going to be an improvement to a 1 minute 25.76? There we go. Wayne is down. He's no longer on the second row no more. That's not good. That's not good news at all. Meanwhile, Ryan also starting to improve. Very quick lap time starting to come in here. Ryan starting to come in. What's the time from Ryan going to be? That's a big question. Ryan now, as he goes across the line, is that going to be an improvement? 127.890 improvement, but not his position. So unfortunate there for Ryan. But now we have our final sets off. Flyers there, B-Sim, Ryan, Shining Storm, they all start where they are. They have no more time to start a new hot lap. But now the whole gaggle of front runners here to dictate the final grid of the 7th season of the JAF is go. Here we are, led by Maple Leaf. Maple Leaf, not a personal best sector 1. What about Butwido right behind him? Butwido, can he improve? Yes, he can. 27.4 first sector. What about Corrado? Corrado just starting a lap. Keep an eye out these drivers. JW also improving. But we go back on ball Maple Leaf. Can he make up the time? Up in sectors 2 and 3. Maple Leaf across Cups now. Flat out. That's how we take Cups. Checkered flag is already out. Maple Leaf and Alfa Romeo. Now, through Maggots and Backets. Now, easing on the throttle a little bit. Nice short control there down the Chapel Straight. Maple Leaf, oh, he's lost a little time in the sector. No, he's gained a bit. Sorry, he's gained a bit. That's about a 10th, though, in sector 2. But Wido also getting time in sector 2 as well. But Here's Maple Leaf there. Remember, he's really close. It's a very tightly contested upper midfield, and any improvements here will be crucial. Then Tackle Ramsey is starting to retire the session. He's going to stop off at best. Maple Leaf, meanwhile, goes. No! He crashes on the finish line. Oh my goodness me! That might have cost him time, Brad, but why does finishes 8th? Oh my goodness, dramatic finish there. What about the front few? We have Roshan and Corrado. Roshan, Corrado, and look at this front three. Line of stern here, led by Roshan Robot. Eyes open there. Look at the camera. Focus this camera on Roshan Robot, please. Look at this. Roshan Robot. Corrado, Daki here, also play for pole position here. Roshan Robot. Across the line we go. And it's improving. 125.5 trade. Robert Daki. Corrado doesn't improve. Daki does his heck pole. We don't know, but no, Ducky 6nd. Snatches the P2 position from Roshan Robot. We have a Ferrari and Mercedes front row and an absolute cinema of a grand finale of the JAF 7th season. We have Corrado, Ducky, Roshan Robot, Tachomancer, Wayne, Maple Leaf before the two Williams here. Absolute cinema to start the final round of the 7th season of the JF. This is about to be an absolute thriller here. Let us all take a breather here. We're going for a quick commercial break before we continue the action here. Stay tuned, everybody, before we bring you the rundown of the qualifying. Stay tuned.
But here I am, 'cause I've been laying under palm trees, waiting for the summer, knowing there's nowhere to go. 'Cause I am happy on this island, wanna be my farmland. I don't ever want to leave, I'm in a tropic club.
So welcome back to the seventh season of the JAF, and this is the finale of the final qualifying session we're ever gonna have this season. It's gonna be a long one, and obviously, there's always a saying of save the best for last, and we have indeed saved the best for last with an amazing shot pole here by Ferrari Corrado getting a pole position, and with the absence of one of the title protagonists, Pandadan, not being present right here, and Rashawn Robot taking his place, we have a shock pole here. Corrado taking a pole position in first place in 125.331, Darky in second place, just 2 tenths off. Rashawn Robot just a quarter of a tenth of a second now. Yeah, 125.538. Then Tekro Mensa in AlphaTauri in fourth place, obviously where he needs to be. Wayne will be really hoping not to, well, to make some inroads inside the top few right there. It could have been a Mercedes 1-2 given his pace, but leaving session early just cost him down, relegated down to the third row of the grid in P5. Maple Leaf short, just a bit behind Wayne there. We expected better from him, but knackered his car in the final parts of qualifying. Starting sixth, he'd be thankful there's not going to be a full qualifying session, otherwise he would be relegated all the way back to the bottom of the grid right there. Skipper but wider in 7th and 8th. We have all Williams fourth row of the grid. Maybe Skipper's using that tactic to work together with his teammate to start making inroads there. So we all know Skipper's race pace is magnificent throughout the season, and obviously maybe just engaging help with But Wido to actually try to propel his way all the way up to his P1 here. The other Ferrari, Corrado's teammate JW there in 9th place in a massive Ferrari sandwich of upper field. They're running up with the upper midfield. We have Ramin, the first Red Bull in P10. B-Sim in 11th, 1 second behind Ramin. Over there, I'm not sure what happened to his lap. Ryan in the second Red Bull in P12, second last there. And running up the entire field, we have Shining Swarm 3 seconds behind the pace setter here in P13 McLaren. So, well, as it stands, McLaren, well, a bit of work to do there if they want to overturn Williams as champions. Remember, it's a 12-point deficit to overturn for McLaren here, but Rashawn Robot in a great position, P3. Williams there in 7th and 8th would have work to do there. They can't just stay 7th and 8th. In case Rashawn Robot, we know Rashawn Robot is a past champion, and he has good race pace, and he has been a skipper before in terms of the race. So this could be crucial in terms of how are things going to pan out right here. So it is going to be interesting. But first of all, we all know that the Silverstone circuit is extremely hard on tires here. So first up, we want to bring you a very good view of what happens if you're going to run the hard lap on very worn tires. And this is one thing Ramin, one Red Bull drivers, has experience right there. So we all know Ramin is the first driver to go off around the Beckett's corner on his first hard lap, invalidated his lap time, try to get his batteries recharged, but just not quite enough to actually settle out his second hard lap on that run. So let's look at Ramin's hard lap right now. Lap time is a 127.327. So just look at him on the Red Bull there. Look at that. Obviously, after going off on one part of the circuit, your confidence is definitely dampened there. And you can tell how he's negotiating the corners. He's so tentative and trying to turn the car. But we all know the Red Bull's a very oversteering car there. As what Max Verstappen always drives. He loves that kind of steering a lot in terms of entering corners. But Ramin just not capitalizing on that sort of benefit the Red Bull's going to give him. So look at that. Ramin just, well, clutching the corners there and then missing the subsequent runs. His mind has just lost track of what kind of racing line is supposed to go. It's just lost all around the circuit. And obviously that leaves him unable to actually capitalize on whoever is going to go flat out or whoever is going to apply the throttle. He's just so marred by both the tire wear on his tires. He's damaged tires right over here, as you can see, through maggots and Beckett's right there. Look at the Beckett's on the end. He's so careful on taking corners there, and he's in fact lost time compared to his best run there. And so we know that 127.3, he's found 8/10 of his subsequent runs. So he's really lost time there in terms of confidence. So thankfully, Ramin, that 127.3, he stayed there, but he actually would still stay in P10, considering there. But we all know Ramin's pace throughout the season is definitely better than a 126.5. But that run, as you can see from the 127.3 lap, there's only so much you can recover in terms of your own personal confidence when negotiating these corners here. So it is, well, it is obviously one thing to take note of here. And meanwhile, we have here we go. So once again, Ramen just unfortunate there not to capitalize on all these. So meanwhile, the final, well, are we starting? The question is, I can see the lobbies carry on, but apparently I think someone radio up. Did it radio up? Because apparently the game is shown as. Oh yes, the lobby has to be remade. So unfortunately, I think someone clicked the radio up button once again. As per normal, JF traditions here, and that means we have to remake the lobby again. So once again, there'll be a bit of a delay right here. It's a matter of fact. So once again, apologize for the delay, and hopefully we can get things out of the way pretty soon. So first up, let's go back and discuss some qualifying results. So here we are. We have Ramen's Lab there. Ramen's Lab with 127.3, improving to 126.5, pinging P10 Red Bull. So unfortunately, there for Ramen, just on a 10th place in Red Bull. So once again, we know that Red Bull has pace, but on the benefit, on the brighter side of things, he is close. He is closer to his teammate Ryan there in P12. So it is to be noted that in this final race of the season, we have lots of teams. We have both of the drivers very close together, starting very close together on the grid. So one example, we have Mercedes. We have Darky and Wayne, second and fifth. Obviously, they would have been closer if had Wayne not actually ended the session early and coming in fifth. And once again, we have another team. Obviously, the Williams team of Bawido as well as Skipper. Also starting very close to each other on the grid. They're starting in 7th and 8th. Also one thing to look out for. So very, very close quarters right there as well. The Red Bull team, we have Ramen and Ryan. Ryan obviously not having the best days as well, making tons of mistakes on this Silverstone circuit. And that leaves more of a disruptive situation here if you're a single player team. So one example is Maple Leaf. Maple Leaf, the only driver in the kick team, as well as Techromancer selling P4. So it's interesting to note that some of these drivers, in terms of being the only driver on the grid there, such as Techromancer and Maple Leaf, they are in the upper midfield. They're somewhere in the podium outside the positions, meaning that they can easily take a shot podium if someone in the front view are not careful here. So it is going to be interesting note here for Techromancer and Maple Leaf on how things are going to pan out right here. It is something to note of, but they could cause a very, very significant disruption in terms of how things are going to pan out for the race later. So keep an eye out for these few drivers. Meanwhile, just to remind you once again, if you are actually, and sorry to interrupt once again. We have an update from the management team in terms of the weather because the lobby was disrupted. Now it is a GF rule to keep the weather as it is from the initial lobby, so it's up to the discretion as well as the honesty of the drivers on the grid to memorize what was the weather expected weather for the race for the first lobby to be applied to the second lobby. So it is not going to be a fully randomized weather right now. It's no longer dynamic weather. It is going to be sunny weather for the first third of the session, just to inform you. Whereas the final 2/3 of the lobby, it is going to be randomized weather. It's going to be dynamic for the remaining 2/3, but the first third is confirmed to be clear and sunny. So this is going to be what the lobby is going to be, just to keep you guys informed. So final update there. So yeah, I wouldn't call it match fixing or race fixing, but well, it's just a rule that we're gonna apply. It is an honor that we're gonna keep right here. So meanwhile, just to keep you updated, back in the lobby, we have 13 drivers. In fact, same 13 drivers in the lobby again. So awaiting the Alpine driver, so Alpine driver of Hidris, as well as the CZ, the second Aston Martin driver, who will be joining alongside B Sim and starting in 14th place if he joins in. Right about grid, either in row 7 or row 8. Currently, we have 13 drivers on the grid, and the grid will be set as per qualifying as of now. The final two will be just funnel in towards back of the grid in 14th and 15th if they do come. So, once again, just awaiting the final two to join in the lobby, and we can get our final race underway. So, once again, to keep you guys updated on the rules of the JF right here. So, there is a different point scoring system for this season as opposed to the previous few seasons as well. As we all know, for the past few seasons, all the way through season 6, we have been observing the actual Formula 1 scoring system, whereby first place takes 25 points, second takes 18, then third place takes 15, then it'll be 12, 10, 8, 6, 4, 2, 1, all the way down to 10th place. Now, here in the JF, for the 7th season, we have a different scoring point system, and that's to allow further, that's to promote increasing competitiveness all the way down to the field. So, just to remind you, here in the 7th season of the JF, the top 12 drivers score points. So, meaning, assuming your CZ and he just don't attend the race as of now, all but one driver will score points. So, just remind you once again, for the top 12 scoring system, it is going to be 25 points. That's for first place, 21 for second, 18 for third, fourth, 16 points, and in deductions of 2 points, so 16 for fourth place, 14, 12, 10, 8, 6, 4, 2, all the way down to 11th place, and then 1 point, a sole point for 12th place. So all points to play for right here. You don't really get a huge significant benefit by finishing second over, let's say fourth place, as opposed to the actual Formula 1 season. So obviously the honors is that you appear on the podium, you get a feature on the podium ceremony, and obviously it's bragging rights to say that you have gained, you finish in the podium position. But obviously every point counts, and obviously given the competitiveness of the Constructors Championship, it is all to play for here, and obviously you have to inspire your teammate to get as many points as possible, because that's where the main prize pool is at. It's all in the Constructors Championship. And obviously, for Skipper to start in 7th, well, we all know that he back out on a couple of his flying lap attempts. So that could be interesting here for Skipper. Does he want to use but Wido, his teammate, to actually get themselves back up further up through the field? Now, let's not forget, Williams' score, as it stands, if they finish according to the qualifying positions, Williams would back 18 points from this race. As well as, let's go back to Roshan Robot. Roshan Robot in 3rd place, we also get 18 points. But because his teammate, Shining Storm, the Hong Kong driver, will start in 13, no points for him. He will score the same amount of points. Williams and McLaren will score the same number of points, and Williams, by that virtue, will finish ahead, still 12 points ahead of the McLaren team in this race. So, the overall championship. So that means, as it stands, Williams will still be the overall Constructors Championship if it is going to finish as it is. Now, moving back to the Ferrari and Mercedes battle here. So, what does it say for the Mercedes and Ferrari battle is that, well, 20 points to captain Ferrari Mercedes. Mercedes need 20 points over Ferrari to overturn the lead. So as it stands, we have based on short qualifying session, we have Corrado with 20. We have sorry for that. Lobby wasn't muted. So meanwhile, 14 drivers here. Yes. So we're gonna start with 14 drivers, and we're gonna get underway. So race is about to begin. And so sorry, keep waiting. So just to keep you updated once again, should Ferrari finish as it is, that means we're gonna have Ferrari bagging a total of. Ferrari is going to back a total of. Let me calculate. Sorry, I'm a little bit slow at math at the moment. 31 points for Ferrari. As for Mercedes, Duck, you're getting 21 plus whatever Wayne is going to get. 21 plus 1435. So still not enough for Mercedes to overtake Ferrari. They're only outscoring Ferrari by 4 points if this finishes as it is. So eyes open. I'll keep you updated on the championship permutations as the race goes on, because it's ever so dynamic and things will happen on the fly. So anything can happen here. It's going to be a long race here at Silverstone, a 50% race at Silverstone here. As usual, with every JAF race, it's not over till it's over. So, drivers still completing the setups here. Weather, so clear and sunny here. It's rarely you see UK being as bright and sunny as this, but obviously we all know how dynamic the British weather can be. And if you've been to the UK before, it's extremely volatile. Well, not as volatile as Melbourne, but still pretty volatile to cause some shock results right here. It's getting pretty windy here. Look at that, a tailwind going down to turn 1. You can see the light clouds moving on the screen as of now. So a tailwind going to 1, and remember, turn 1 is going in the same direction as the what do we have here? Turn 1's going around the same direction. So we'll see is the Wellington Straight. Yes, the Wellington Straight as well. So it's going to be a bit of a crosswind as the drivers go down Wellington Straight, and also a tailwind going down the cups. So how are these drivers going to focus on this tailwind? And the wind is appearing to be changing direction as well. It's going to turn a little bit. Yeah, it's going to be a bit of a crosswind into Abbey, and that means it's going to be a full tailwind down the cups. So cups is going to be a very interesting corner there. But the drivers will have time to warm up. Remember, there is a warm-up lap here in the JF, as opposed to F1 sim racing in the actual F1 esports. So Corrado will lead the pack away on the formation lap. We keep you updated on the strategies here. So tires right here. Everyone except Corrado, Wido, JW, and Hedris are on the hard tires. They're all starting on the hard tires. Pole sitter. Oh, there's a collision there. Beesim and Ryan, I think they've collided on the formation lap and they've been sent back to the grid. So, would that be something for the stewards to note right there? And we don't know, but there was a bit of a contact there, and the game has automatically sent them back onto the starting grid positions. I think all stewards will be definitely looking at that. Obviously, Executive 5, once again, our in-house steward. Long-serving management team member since the first season, and he's back on track right now. Something to our in-race stewards. JW, unfortunately, has left the session there, and also one of our medium tire runners right here. We're definitely hoping to get back on the board as soon as possible before the grid starts. There you have it. Obviously, when you're selling on medium tires, you would really want to try to carve your way past through the pack of cars quickly as possible, because you know you're on a softer compound, you know you can get these tires up to speed as quickly as possible, and that's the advantage here. The Ferrari going on a very aggressive strategy here to start both cars on the medium compound tires. Williams, on the other hand, have chose for a split strategy here. Skipper going on harder compound tires, but Wido going on a medium compound tires here. Now, here it is. The strategies here. The fastest strategy here is a one-stop on hard to mediums, but a two-stop soft mediums here. But as we know, the JF is so known for its safety car appearances. Safety cars have appeared in almost 100% of the JF races so far. And to start on the medium compound tires, I would say that rather is an alternative strategy to go on. So all the alternative strategy here, you're definitely going to go fast in the first stint on this few heavy cars, but you are going to be slower in the second stint. So it is going to be a matter of tire preservation here for Corrado, or is it going to be go to the end? Bit question mark for Corrado, but if you are Corrado, it's going to be a strategy game here to play with. How are you going to manage those tires, yet be quick at the same time to pull those competition right behind you? The answer is you're going to find out within a few moments time as the lights are once again about to go up. And for the final time in Season 7, the lights are about to flash. They're not flashing on my screen. I have no idea why, but the game is pretty slow to expect. We held there for a long time. I don't think F1 23 has aborted starts right now, really. But maybe it. Maybe any engines as well. Hopefully we can get as soon as possible, but yes, to be a little glitch up right now. We're gonna get lights on. I've never had the lobby held on the grid for such a long time before. This is the first to me, and hopefully not to come into this curse editing. We don't have to. Oh, JW once again leaving the session, and that's the reason why we were held for so long. JW has disconnected at the start and is ghosted as the grid goes off for the final time in 2025. Lights out and just go. And the top 4, rather top 6, staying as it is, and you can tell JW being ghosted. He's dropped all the way down to the back of the grid. As we see, Maple Leaf running wide on the hard tires and not warm up. They've been held up so long on the grid. Middle tires have been starting to cool down. Now, it's still the top 6, the top 5. Set is cool right now. Skipper's been up place to P6, but Wido down to P9. Skipper was already up 2 places to P5. Great start away from the top few. All even Stevens is all clean racing right now. Corrado using the advantage of those medium compound tires to get away ahead of the field right here. As you have some changes down the field. Very tight racing beyond it. Oh, pushing wide there. This Hidris pushing, I think, but Wido off the way down it. And after this straight there, so it is going to be investigated by students, and we can see that right in the background of the stream. What happened there? Pushing very wide there, and I think that is definitely something for the students to look at. As you see, Roshan Robot getting very close to Daki already, side by side. Are we going to see a move down to Stowe? Are we going to see it? So through goes Roshan Robot on Daki. Fantastic pass there without DRS, and it's certainly going to be something for over the season there. If you do recall the 2022 British Grand Prix, fantastic start from Roshan Robot as Daki's a compromise. Check momentum over the back of him already, and Daki on just undoing his good start there. And now Corrado under huge pressure there from Roshan Robot. The gap between the front two, less than a quarter of a second here. As Corrado, I think he's taken too much out of the medium compound tires already, or is on tire preservation mode, I'm not sure, but he's definitely not. He's not getting a lot of pace as opposed to the competition here. Look at that, Roshan Robot, and now even Daki's back on him. So Corrado really holding up the pack right here. It's as good as a 5, 6, 7-way battle here. A 7-way fight for the lead is not the usual Skipper versus Pandadan battle you're gonna see as synonymous in Season 7. This is a whole new different ball game right here, as what you see here, reminiscent of the 2022 British Grand Prix, as we are midway through lap 2 out 26 here. hanging on tight right here, as because this first stint is going to be a huge chess game where someone is bound to strike sooner or later. Someone's going to lose their patience in this huge training cards for the lead right here. Look at that. Corrado, Roshan, Daki, and remember, DRS to be enabled next lap. So we are going to see some impatient drivers starting trade positions as soon as lap 2 begins. So, let's look here. The front few really even and well, down from 7th to 8th, the gap still long back there. I'm not sure what's going on, but yeah, DRS is now unable. Corrado, being the lead driver, he will not enjoy the benefit of DRS. So, here we go. And Roshan Robot just biding his time. He's not trying to make a pass right there, but he has to be careful here because Daki is over the back of him. He needs to be careful of Daki, who's right behind him, but I believe Corrado is going to be vulnerable. He's going to be vulnerable to, in fact, also a bigger slipstream goes further behind. Now, if you're further behind in the train, you get a bigger slipstream, and Daki just has a sniff at Roshan Robot there, as you see cars all over the road there, and this allows Corrado to actually just pull a little bit of the gap out, down up to about 7/10 momentarily over Roshan Robot. And Roshan Robot just in a bit of a precarious situation here to think about either defending or attacking there. So, as I say, this chess game is going to carry on for some time, or is it? Well, Daki as well is just very close. He's thinking very tight sandwich here between Roshan Robot and Takuransa. So, let's have a look at, I think Takuransa is getting close to Daki as well, right? But in this DRS train, something has happened, and there Roshan Robot takes a good whiff at Corrado and his pass. But Corrado's up, he's going to fight back. Corrado's going to try and go down inside. Is he? Oh, no, quite. He does have the room. So the question now is, what's going to... Oh, Daki is a Corrado. Corrado and Daki there. Right, side by side. True goes Hamilton. Oh, well, the move is like the true goes Hamilton move. But this past Ferrari as well. Daki up in the second place. Action, all you see. All the way up and down through the event. Roshan Robot is definitely... He's helping for all these... The pack of Corrado. He's hoping for Corrado to help defend the pack against him now, because he's now still within the DRS of Daki. Daki is now half a second behind Roshan Robot, but Corrado is now clocking the bottle right here. He's starting to lose places amongst the actual front runners, but now here we go. Another round of fighting here, and now Daki's got all the way back to Roshan Robot. We need help with DRS, should run him straight. As another helping of DRS after Megas as they go down the back hanger straight right there. So Daki versus Roshan. Now they got 0.3 of a second. And I reckon, 2/10, and Daki's so confident. Comes in, Corrado runs by. That's definitely going to be a warning there for Corrado. You can't afford to do too much of that. It's only like 4:26. Meanwhile, Daki just sticking very close to Roshan Robot. They're just so confident, even in the dirty air. Roshan versus Daki. Here we go. 0.3 of a second down the hanger straight. Are we going to have a third leader of the race? We are, I think. Pulls out to the outside, and through goes Daki. Daki started third and now in first place. And here we go. We have another battle here. Now Daki has to defend a monster pack right there, and we have a huge gaggle of cars all the way down to Wayne. Maple Leaf has dropped all the way down to 7th now. He's lost a pack. He's out of the train. So we're down to a 6-car battle for the lead right here. Roshan Robot sticking closely to Daki there, giving him the same service as what he did right there. But, well, Roshan Robot, we know the Season 5 champion, really confident there, and he's not an easy pushover. But Corrado, on that medium combat tires, he's made a mistake. He's run wide. Corrado's run wide, and he's now vulnerable to, I think, Takuransa and Skipper's all the back of him as well. Takuransa and, yes, Skipper's all the back of him. Look at that, side by side there, and Skipper and Corrado. Skipper, he's going to go around the outside, is he? Oh, not quite. He's quite going to do that, because the outside line touches the inside line. Corrado down to 5th, and now Wayne is the next driver to attack him. But let's not detract too much from the front-running action there, because Daki has not shaken off Roshan Robot as of now. We'll keep you closely updated on what's happening here. We have 2 Mercedes up in the front. Well, Mercedes apparently, Ferrari still holding on to dear life here, because JW is down out of the points now in 13th place. And Mercedes, with Daki in the lead, they have easily overturned that 20-point deficit to Ferrari. And that means they're constructor champion. But no, Roshan Robot takes over the place. And I think Roshan Robot doing Ferrari great favor here. because Wayne has also got Corrado in this direct head-to-head battle in this constructors fight right here. Now, Rashawn, Ducky, Taku are top 3 now. Skipper up to 4th place, and it's gonna be, whoa, is this fight? We're gonna have position changes all the way up down through the field for the remaining laps. But they're fighting almost as if it's the final lap of the race, but you're only on lap 6 out of 26. Absolute cinema here in Silverstone, and that's the reason why we have all drivers voting for this track. And here it comes Taco Manson for P2. No, doesn't make it stick here, but Skipper is now gonna get him. Well, here's the problem about his issue, or why drivers love the Silverstone circuit so much. Well, if you try to attack and your attack fails, the next moment you see yourself defending. But it is like football, isn't it? Well, you know the UK is always about football coming home. It's like with football. You get an attack, you make a mistake, the opponent comes back at you and scores in your net, and that is it. You've conceded a goal. Right now, speaking of goals, the goal for Ducky here is to get as many points as for Mercedes as possible, alongside his teammate Wayne temporarily. And we know how strong Wayne is as a teammate, but Ducky, obviously, just hoping that his main strategy will work against alternative strategy in case the alternative doesn't work. So he's really taking no chances here, and he's going past Rashad Robot again. They're going to see 3 wide. Oh, you see Rashad losing 2 places in 1 corner there. Oh, it's going to be another change there. So whoever sees it in the Stowe corner, really getting, well, enjoying all the actions in 2nd place right here. Look at that. Now, Maple Leaf versus Corrado here. Maple Leaf is so slowly starting to claw back the gap to Corrado as well. So also play for here, the first 5 drivers, interestingly, all the top 5 now running on the same strategy on the hard compound tires. So does that mean that the medium compound tires of Corrado has started to worn off? Because the first few are now on the main strategy. Alternate strategy definitely I don't think is working for Corrado, but we all know Corrado, where his pace is not as good as the front runners, but as we see Takamasa going down the inside, and Takamasa down inside. Oh, Rashawn Robot trying very hard, tangling wheels with Ducky as they're going down through the left-hand side corner there, and now pushing the Skipper now all the way down through the mixed corner. Oh my goodness me, it's really rough action going on here, but and it's still within this huge DRS train as it enters through Brooklyn to Lovefield, shining some off, and Corrado's got a penalty. We told you, Corrado exceeding track limits multiple times as well, and it's game over for Corrado, unless the front few make a mistake. Corrado on this medium compound tires, apparently, well, 6 laps, and you can tell that he's really suffering from that tire where this car's again on Ducky and Skipper looking side by side too. There, and look at that. It's going to be another overtaking move from Skipper around the outside. Oh, that's brave from Skipper, our championship leader. And now Skipper is, oh, Roshan Robo's run wide. True goes multiple cars. And look at that, Skipper's on P2. The Corrado, the Ferrari is alongside 2 of the Mercedes here. Oh my God, Wayne and Corrado, look at this. I swear, there's gonna be a huge interview session later. I'm pretty sure that every one of the 6 drivers is worth interviewing because Roshan Robot has been tapped. He's been tapped out of it. And we told you, something's gonna give at this very stage, just like the it's the 2012 European Grand Prix again, and that is it. The train has been momentarily broken. It's all culminated in real banging and all sorts of action, and hopefully they have any damage there. You have a yellow flag happening there, and there's Wido in the other Williams team. The Skipper would definitely know about that, and he knows he has all to play for here. Curiously in 2nd place, Skipper started 7th, now in 2nd. It's not bad after all, and apparently he does not have any sort of threat away from Ducky. So, well, Ducky now on the 2nd beyond him, and then Skipper can just focus on attacking Tachomancer for the remainder of this race, unless Ducky will try to get as close as possible. He was hoping that we're not going to fight. Tachomancer has to put up a fight, and Skipper is, championship leader is back in the race leader once again. Idris in the Alpine has got a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings. Just cutting track too much. Can't do anything about that. Meanwhile, well, here we go. Skipper and Tachomancer on front 2 once again. Ducky now on the track from Corrado. Corrado's back up in the 4th place. Obviously having a penalty hanging over his head right now. Oh, take a breath. 8 laps of extreme action here in the JF. And was on board. Wido was the first in the pits as well. So, now switching from the on-track action to the pit lane action. But Wido, first of the pitters right here, these are going to dish those 7, 8 lap old medium compound tires and go into the hard tires here. So, possible one-stop strategy here, but it's very early there for the Williams team. Does he have damage? No damage, but go on now the set of mediums. Oh, so it's medium hard for Williams, the Williams of Wido here. Very interesting strategy. So he's going for the 2-stop strategy. It relegates him down all the way to the back in 14th now, but is that a smart strategy? We're gonna find out later. But you have a look at his pace right here. He is now 17 seconds behind Shining Storm, so keep your eyes updated on that. Meanwhile, the battle up front. Skipper versus Sacramento as JW, the other Ferrari's got... Well, now we have both Ferraris who have gotten a penalty due to track limits. So this is not what you want right here. For Ferrari, not doing good here. But if you're a Mercedes, by the lanes of Ducky and Wayne, big story here, you're running 3rd and 5th, you're certainly, most certainly going to overtake Ferrari in the constructors here. So Mercedes sitting in a very good position here, because with that penalty as of now, is going to be a Mercedes 3-4 as we have Hedris. A second penalty now, this time a 5-second one for speeding in the pit lane. So clearly, the drivers not activating their speed limiter quickly enough. And obviously the pit entry here in Silverstone is curved. So it is going to be very... Oh, now look at that. And it's the medium compound is good tires going for Hedris as well. So, well, thankfully for Hedris, he can serve his 5-second penalty on his second stop. So both Hedris and Wido going for a 2-stop strategy as we have a yellow flag in sector 1. We have Ryan, who's made a little bit of a spinella right there. Ryan on hard compound tires, 9 lap old hard tires, so that's not going to do his hard tires any good. Meanwhile, we have Hedris coming out in 13th place, 2 seconds behind Shining Storm. But Wido currently, this is actually caught up there. He's now just, well, just now 13.9, 13.8 behind Shining Storm. So a massive undercut there from Wido. This is something to really look at. Undercut really being beneficial here. So, speaking of undercut, let's go back to the battle between first and second here. Tachomancer versus Skipper. When the pit window opens with hot compound tires, who will be the first to blink? Is it going to be Tachomancer? Is it going to be Skipper for the race win here? Now, Skipper knows that his teammate might have pitted too early, but he's given the 2 stops. He might be easily out of contention. But what's going to spell right here for the front 2? Now, Tachomancer currently sitting in first place. Well, he will not have the benefit of doing what he needs to do. Now, the undercut track will come from Skipper, who slides a little bit because the tires, I think, plus dirty air. So the undercut track is still very real from Skipper. So Tachomancer is definitely made aware of that by his team, and he knows very well that there might be a track undercut from Skipper when the halfway mark comes in, when the pit window opens. So he's just trying to keep Skipper right under his DRS wing, just keep within this bit of 0.5 to 1 seconds. Just try to make Skipper's tires overheat a little bit, cause a bit more wear on his tires, while conserving his tires himself for Tachomancer. So Tachomancer really just trying to keep things under the radar right now, as we see Corrado is still carrying on as of this time in 4th place. Behind that DRS of Darky, Corrado, and Wayne so far. We see, oh no, sector 2, we have now a yellow flag. That's Ryan again. Ryan has spun out around the Brooklands, and oh no, it's not a good day for Ryan, obviously. He just was already pitted, is really just a matter of seconds right behind him. He's definitely going to be on the track sooner or later. It's only good. Shining Storm is also pitted. We're on the medium compound tires as well again. So one thing I'm really interested in now is, well, the front view. Corrado is still holding station in 4th place very greatly right there. He's only driver alongside JW on the medium tires and is not pitted there. They're holding very well on his mediums. And when they go on the hards, I think they're going for the overcut right here. And so it's going to be interesting to watch. Will those of the likes of Hedris, Wido, and Shining Storm manage to undercut the front view of the 2 Ferraris? Now, if they manage to undercut, let's not forget the Ferrari have better pace and they will have pressure hard. So they will be fast. They will be extremely fast when the time comes. So this is something to watch right here. And I think Ferraris, honestly, they are in a very good position. So, back on track, we have Corrado making a pass on Daki as we speak. And now we have, well, great move from Corrado on Ferrari and now leaving both of the Mercedes behind him. What's going to happen here? You see clouds starting to form and I think that's affecting the warm-up of those on hard tires and that's why probably the medium tires are really starting to, the medium tire runners are really starting to enjoy themselves a little bit here. Over the front too, we have Checo Mensa and Skipper. Skipper getting a little bit impatient, trying to get Checo Mensa a little bit of hurry up right here. So, if they really start to battle, is that going to reel the Ferrari of Corrado in? And oh, is it going to get down inside already, Skipper? Oh, late lunge by Skipper, and I think Skipper has to back out of it because he realizes the line is not belonging to him and his exit out of Brooklyn is compromised. And Corrado's gained half a second on the front view on that corner alone. So not a good way to negotiate the corner there by Skipper. And Corrado is now, whoa, this 1.1 behind. This is going to become another train again. Is the train starting to form up? So Skipper knows that track, and I'm pretty sure Skipper is going to form another attack down the hanger straight into Stowe. So here we go. There we go. The offensive shape really taking place. He knows he can't waste any time. Through goes Skipper. And we have a new race leader. Skipper takes up P1 once again. Second Master really keen to just stay behind him. And he knows that the undercut game now placed in his hands right here. The cards of the undercut are now with Checo Mensa. And all they need to do here, Skipper and Checo Mensa, is just work together to keep themselves out of the trap of the Ferrari and the two Mercedes right behind him. We can see in the background there. At start lap 14 or 26 already. On the midway mark, no safety car as of yet, no VSC2. So pretty smooth sailing for JAF race so far. No, don't call me out there. I don't intend to curse the race, but it's pretty smooth sailing. Meanwhile, Checo Mensa is going to happy to stay behind him. It's going through Brooklyn's once again down the Lincoln straight. Darky, any move being shown? Not quite as of yet too. So we have two groups. Group A, made up of Skipper and Checo Mensa. Group B, both Mercedes. And the one Ferrari there. So this duel is going to be between Group A and Group B here. The long train of cars which constitute the first 8 laps is going to be a Group A, Group B battle. And they are just trying to work together here to make sure that they stay out of track. Now, they definitely want to finish in the top 2 of this race. So, you have to say, you have to love Thai enemy. I think that's what's happening here. They're loving their enemies right now. They have to work together. Here it is. Checo Mensa just trying to make sure he doesn't come away Skipper too much as well. Smooth and easy pass. They trade positions once again. No trades at the back here. They know that Daki makes a move on Corrado. So that needs to continue here. The question now is, can Daki start to close out back on Skipper, which I think he is trying to get momentarily down to 1.1 seconds, but still, Checo Mensa and Skipper, they're both their caliber, still managing to keep the gap above a second behind third place Daki, or whoever it is in third place. So they are managing the gap pretty well there. They get now up to 1.5, or is Daki made a mistake? I think they made a mistake there. A little twitchy there from Daki, and this is all way to go through. Corrado's got compromised. So, well, they're battling a bit too much there, but I think this is what they want. They want both the Mercedes up in third and fourth, so they can focus on battling front two. They're not interested in having Corrado now try offensive shape on Daki, but still, both Mercedes prevail. The question now is, now they have a 2-second gap to make up to Skipper. And that's, well, if you're going to undercut, that's going to leave them a little bit out of reach if you're Wayne. Now, Wayne, Daki, I think they've traded a little too much positions, and that's not what you really want. Now, I mean, Checo Mensa and Skipper, their threat is over. The Mercedes have battled too much. They've lost the lead as such, and I think that's it. Now, Ducky's going to go through once again. Wayne allows him. Corrado, a little bit greedy there. Wayne blocks it off. So, Mercedes really trying to work together here to just, well, keep it 10th and 4th here. Corrado in 5th place. You see more clouds coming in. JW as it stands will finish in 12th, but he will be demoted down to 13th if Wido can't finish within 3 seconds of him. So, the game of chess has really begun right here, but it's not a very obvious game of chess. It's still, well, it's really hard to explain. 10 laps to go right now. The pit window for the hot tires is now more or less open if you want to do an undercut. Skipper is now on the attack on Tecromancer. They're going to trade places again. They know that they can afford to, but just don't battle each other too hard. We'll see Ducky, Wayne, and Corrado now going to Brooklyn's. Keep an eye out on the gap between Tecromancer and Ducky. We know that they're really close in the Constructors' in the Drivers' Championship, so they will have a similar pace. So Skipper would be happy to keep Tecromancer behind. Tecromancer would be really happy to keep Ducky behind him too. But if you are Tecromancer, you are having facing a dilemma right now. The dilemma now is you have a yellow flag actually beats him this spin around the loop. They follow right straight, similar to what Ryan has done. Beats him already on the 15 meet hard tires, and now they trade positions again, I think. So trading the place. There we go. So now second and third is gonna be Skipper versus Wayne instead of Tecromancer and Ducky. It's like a bit of a cha-cha dance right here the drivers are doing. Just turn around, play 1, play 2 versus play 3, play 4. If you play badminton and you know this is a little bit of a tag team sort of thing, you understand what I mean. It's really a bit of a cha-cha dance going right here as they trade positions. But yes, it's going to be Team A and Team B once again. So that's the whole narrative for the middle part of this race. Second set is all pretty much of a trading sort of scenario right here. Your eyes open once again. No moves being thrown. It's still Tecromancer ahead of Skipper, and Skipper versus Wayne. But Wayne is gaining a little bit of time here on Skipper, so Wayne clearly running a little bit of a lower downforce setup as opposed to Skipper right here. So the more technical part of the circuit, Skipper is starting to gain more time on Wayne. So look at that, True Cops is gaining more time on Wayne True Cops there. So Skipper really nicely gone through the technical parts of circuit in sector 2. This is going to get more benefit from the DRS of Tecromancer through the hanger straight once again. And we're going to see any moves being shown. Again, trading places again. Skipper past Tecromancer, and we're happy to be going through. Ducky passes Wayne again. So once again, back to Tecromancer. No, Mercedes on the side here. Oh, undecided. Can't afford to do that. Oh, that's not good. That is not good from Wayne and Ducky. They've lost time through that. Through the indecisiveness, it's not good at all. You can't afford to be indecisive if you're going to do that. Because apparently Shiny Storm's DNF had a bit of entrance. I don't know why he has our first retirement race is Shining Storm. So there's one thing less for the Williams team to worry about is all Roshan Robot versus Williams team. DNF due to I have no idea what's the reason. So he's DNF due to there's a long list of no, it's just DNF. It's just chosen to retire. Yeah, Shining Storm decided not to take any further part in the race. A little bit shame for the McLaren team here. Well, Handaden would not be happy. He'll not be pleased to know about the DNF from Shining Storm. He's just voluntarily retired from the race, and that leaves Roshan Robot as the sole driver in the McLaren team to overcome the 8-point deficit to Williams. And it's not looking good because Skipper is running in the front running position here. Roshan Robot is not part of either of the two front running groups. He's 4.3 seconds behind Corrado, and Corrado on the 17 lap old medium. I haven't said that before, but Corrado 17 lap old medium compound tires and still running with a pack. Look at this. Corrado, I swear that he's my driver today for sure at this point. And is he gonna pit? Is he gonna pit? He's going through. No, he's not pitting. Continue. Game on. Medium to softs for Corrado. Oh, this is going to be a sight to behold here. Corrado still on the attack and just keeping those two Mercedes in front. And now Darky has got a penalty as well. Skipper has a penalty. Oh, we haven't mentioned that before, but Skipper as well as Darky has now had penalties, and that's going to leave Takumensa and Wayne easily the lead of the two packs here. So Takumensa is just going to sit down there and enjoy himself, but I think that's the reason why Corrado's not pitting. Raindrops. We see raindrops and Ramen's early. Ramen's early onto the intermediate tires. Look at Ramen. Ramen's on the intermediate tires now. Early to the intermediates, but is really not just starting to spit down here in the pit lane. It's deluging down the pit lane and it's going to become wet sooner or later. And within the next lap, we all know how quickly the timing of a Formula 1 circuit can become. It's almost instantaneous. Look at this. Look at this right here. Ramen now in 10th place. Ryan, both Red Bulls onto the intermediate tires. Look at the front runners here. Look at the race leaders. The danger here is the two Mercedes. 0.2 of a second separating each other. And now with the rain pouring down, who is going to get first service? They're battling now. They're fighting each other to get in the pit lane. They're both in the pit lane at the same time. This is disaster. Disaster for the Mercedes here. And they're almost like Corrado passing Ducky in. They're sending to the pit lane. And that is it. Well, all 6 of the front runners into the pit lane. And it's disaster here. And no last minute gas overtake in the pit lane here for Corrado. And there's all drama here in the pit lane. Skipper and Takumensa into the pit lane, right? All going for the intermediate tires here. Ramen. Where's Ramen now? Ramen now is still going through maggots and buckets, but it's extremely wet here. Look at the puddles already forming here in the pit lane. And look at, Darky's really compromised here. Even Maple Leaf has got him. Maple Leaf ahead of Darky. And Darky, simply by not getting past his teammate through Stowe, well, obviously he has to pit. He has to pit. Because if you do recall, well, if you remember the 2025 Australian Grand Prix, there were 2 drivers. I think, Oscar Piastri. Oscar Piastri did not pit together with his teammates. And as a result, you lose even more places. And look at these kind of conditions. This is no way you're going to run a hard compound tire on. It's just pure bad luck for Darky. And the big winner here is Maple Leaf. He's already up to 4th place. Well, wrong place, wrong time for Darky. He's down to 5th, but it's now a battle in the wets right here, and Takumensa easily 1.7 ahead of Skipper right now. The battle right now is whether, Darky has to get past Maple Leaf here. I believe Darky's really angry in the cockpit right here. Darky, he knows that he's embroiled in the battle with Takumensa, who is now leading the race. Darky, through his own reserve driver teammate, is down in the 5th place, and that's certainly going to put Takumensa as a solid 3rd place right now. Darky is going to be, he has to settle for 4th, as if it stays like this. 6 laps remaining, and Darky's, he's running on an uphill battle here to battle against, Maple Leaf is his first target. Darky's pissed off for sure. He has also a 3-second penalty to overcome right here, but he has to get past the drivers first. Maple Leaf versus Darky is our first focus right here. What's going to happen here with the battle for 4th place? So, Darky still 6 tenths behind Maple Leaf. Takumensa and Skipper looks to be settled here, but don't forget Wayne. Wayne is 3 seconds behind Skipper without any sort of penalty, so Skipper may still be at risk of losing even a place to Wayne right here. But this could be very well the first race not won by Skipper or Panadan. Absolute cinema for the final race here in Silverstone, but Takumensa looks to be, our Season 6 champion, looks to be winning our final race in Season 7. What a great race we're having here. As Wayne, we all know how confident he is in such wet conditions and starting close down right on in on Skipper. 2.8 seconds now to get between himself and Skipper. Skipper has to open the penalties. Let's open the penalties detail right here. So yeah, Skipper has a 3-second time penalty. Darky as well. Corrado as well. Kedris, JW2. Ryan has 6 seconds, so he just has already cleared his 5-second penalty in the pit lane. So yes, every driver here has a 3-second penalty except for those not marked with the penalties in the city. So Wayne really trying to get close as possible. B-Sim as well. B-Sim looking forward to take 10th place away from a Ferrari driver. But meanwhile, looks like both Ferraris are behind both Mercedes. So Mercedes looking to be a huge threat right here. And let's remind you of the point scoring system here, here in the JF. So as it stands, oh, there's a yellow flag in sector 3, and that's Roshan! Roshan is DNF for the season. Oh no, and that's a safety car. Roshan is DNF at the chapel. And I think it's lost it due to the wet conditions, and we rarely see a championship winner, well, lose it there. And yes, it is terminal damage from Roshan, and we have a late race safety car to bring the whole field neutralized together for this final race in 2025, and that is it. Game on here. It is a battle of who gets a penalty and who does not. And B-Sim looks to be in extreme position again. And there's more drivers going to pit, and Rom is going to pit to the wet tires. It is delusion here, and it's from a dry race to an inter race to a completely wet race. JF bringing racing drama at its finest here. It is the finale of season 7, and this is just absolute cinema we're all getting here in season 7 to round out the entire season, from a completely dry race, clear skies, to intermediate tires, to complete full wet conditions. Welcome to JF, ladies and gentlemen, and I should not say this is a farewell. It is more of a welcome to what seasons there are to come. It is going to be a final sprint dash to the finish, with drivers on split strategies, and whoever's voracious enough, whose appetite is voracious enough to stay out on intermediate tires, or whoever's just want to play the safe to go on the wet tires. We have a split strategy. Look at the Tachomancer staying out. Tachomancer staying out. So we are going to have a finale, a safety car restart full of different strategies. But Wido has a drive-through for speeding on the safety car, and there's another huge dent in the tire for the Williams team, but it does not matter right now. McLaren have no drivers in contention to battle Williams, so Williams are now certified constructors champions of season 7. So Skipper, I think it doesn't matter where Skipper is going to finish right now. Skipper is our drivers and constructors champion of 2025 of season 7, and we can certify this perfectly. Oh my goodness. I think we can conduct a live interview right now, honestly. Given this is the same car, I think a live interview is so what they do in Formula E, and I think this is the cinema we all really expect. Here we go. So, more drivers going to pits right now. We have Wido trying to serve his penalty, and let's see, go on to the full wets. The question is, no, he's going to insist. So, the big question now, are Intis or wets the tire to go? How's this spell? What is the correct tire to be on? Just confusion right here. Just a breath right here. So let's have a look at the current positions here. We're on lap 23 out of 26. No sign of the safety car going in as of yet. So the safety car is going to stay until the end of lap 24. Or everyone's going to be bunched up for the end of this. No one has been lapped yet in this grand finale of season 7. We're going to have a 2-lap sprint to the finish. And the question now is, well, it is going to be advantage those without penalties. So as it stands, those without penalties so far, it is Sacramento, it is Wayne, it is Maple Leaf, it is Ramen, it is B-Sim. The game equation now favors drivers who are not having any penalties. And yes, Rashawn Robot, welcome to the chat as well. Welcome to the spectators view. And yes, just tap the wall there. Yeah, unfortunate there from Rashawn Robot. Obviously hoping to do better for McLaren, but just unfortunate to lose it on the entry of the hangar straight. So, well, maybe just going back to cameraman duty here, Rashawn Robot, and hoping to see you more once again in Season 8, Rashawn Robot. So, once again, welcome to the stream, Rashawn, and we have more drivers still going to the pits, and it's Bawido. Oh, Bawido's going to the pits. At this very late stage, does he have wing damage? Big question here. Bawido's in the pits at this very late stage here. There's no way he's going to catch up the back of the safety car right now, given this pit stop. Remember, there's a very long entry into the pits in Silverstone, so Bawido going to the pits, I don't think it's going to be beneficial for him. There's no way this is going to benefit him. New set of Inters. Oh, what's he doing? Are we clearing their penalties? What's he doing? I've no idea what's Bawido doing. What's he putting in this late stage? Well, he's just coming out of the pits right now. What? That safety car is really at Megas and Beckett's. There's no way. The safety car is going to restart without him. But Bawido was out of contention. Well, he's going to get a point at least. He's going to get a point at least, but nobody's going to belly for the lead. He has a penalty as well, but he's going to aim for the fastest lap. I don't think so. The fastest lap was all during the dry second race. Safety cars really coming out of this lap. The thing goes on. Taco Mass is going to lead him through. I don't even think Beesim and Ryan is going to catch him up. So the big winner here is Ramen, who's going to get advantage of all the penalties. Can Beesim catch up? Beesim's now along the hangar straights. Can he get to the back? Yes, he can. Beesim's on the back of the straight already. Taco Mass going late has helped Beesim and Ryan get back up to speed as well. And now Taco Mensa will lead the pack for a final 2-lap dash to the finish. Taco Mensa from Skipper from Wayne from Maple Leaf, your top 4 at this moment in time. There's a restart for the final 2 laps, and Wayne looking for just stay with Skipper for a second place finish to end off this amazing reserve driver season of this very season. Maple Leaf, we're looking forward to getting on the podium to add to his names right here. He has not had a smooth seasons, but Maple Leaf for the Alfa Romeo team looking for to bag a very valuable 18 points for Alfa Romeo here. Well, it's not going to help his Benavent Reynolds huge disaster. The back of the thing that's Ryan once again spinning, but Wido going to pits again for some reason. I don't know why, but Ryan is just Ryan's out of contention really. I think he's going to finish 11th. But then we have look at this. Checo Mensa still leading away from Skipper. Checo Mensa's probably bagging the victory already, but now the question is Skipper versus Wayne. Wayne is going to just stick behind Skipper. Ducky and Corrado once again the battle for 5th. Now the battle has been brewing all the way since the start of the race. That is Corrado versus Ducky. Well, right now, Corrado, well, both of them have penalties, 3 seconds as a matter of fact. So Ducky looking forward to just get past Corrado. Remember, Corrado's in the Ferrari team, and it's not going to do him any good if he stays around Corrado, because that's going to cost him his championship. As we see, current standings right now, Ferrari probably 2 points. They will be scoring at 5 and 10. They are going to score a total of 18 points. Mercedes with 3rd and 6th, 30 points. Still not enough. 12 points versus necessary. So look at that. It's going to be crucial unless we have another yellow flag. I'm not sure what happened in Sector 1. Final lap. Final chance. And down the inside goes Ducky. A Corrado take block wheels. Maple Leaf causing a huge discussion right here. And all eyes on this battle with Corrado and Ducky. Because this is so crucial for the championship here. Crucial for Ducky to get past Corrado here. For the championship for constructors here. What can Ducky do? Wayne is secured a 2nd place. With 21 points, 21 points. So they need 6 more points in the swinging direction of Mercedes to get past, and it's crucial here for the battle for 6. It is for Mercedes versus Ferrari here, and they have one more sector to go. That is through magazine backers down the Chapel Straight as well. So All eyes on this battle for 5th place here. Maple Leaf causing all sorts of disasters here for the Ferrari team. And it's all out of stun here for Corrado. 1/10 the gap as they enter the Chapel Straight. And it's not a good idea from Ducky either. So can Ferrari just hold on? Can he just hold on? And can Tecromancer just hold on for the front right here? As they go through Stovis, go back to the front two. Tecromancer versus Skipper. 0.3 of a second. It's still going to be Tecromancer who's going to take our final race of Season 7. It's going to be a photo finish, but still, Wayne should easily get him. Yes, Wayne takes 2nd place by just 84 milliseconds as we see Corrado get ahead of Ducky. Oh no, Duck is DNF! Duck is DNF! Oh my goodness me! He's DNF on the line there, Ducky, isn't he? He's not finished the race. Ducky's not finished the race. What has happened there for Ducky? He has not completed the race. At the very final moment, at the very final turn, Ducky has not finished the race. What's going on here? Oh, we've got to get an interview right here with Ducky as well because, yes, he's not getting anything. He's going to finish 12th. Oh my goodness me, so Skipper and Maple Leaf are finishing 3rd and 4th respectively. Robin takes 6th for Red Bull in what could be a very interesting twist in a battle there. Oh my goodness me. But why though? We'll just need to finish the race in order to get 11th place. Does he? Well, yes he does, but why don't finish 11th? So, big question now. What happened to Ducky? Why is he not classified? Oh my goodness me. So this is your results here. Well, after a very dramatic final race of the season, Tecromancer, our Season 6 champion, has taken the win. Oh my goodness. Here we are, our final race of 2025. Final race of Season 7 here in the JF. And here are your results. It is Tecromancer in 1st place, starting from 4th on the grid, Wayne in 2nd, just sniffing out Skipper by 84 milliseconds in 3rd, Maple Leaf with a very decent 4th place, Corrado will not be very happy with a 5th place after a very great run on the medium compound tires in 5th place, Ramen in 6th place after a very great run from 10th, JW in the 2nd, Ferrari in 7th place. Once again, very good strategic teamwork on Ferrari. Ryan in 8th, up 4 places. Beesim in 9th, Hitches in 10th, but Wido in 11th, and Ducky questionably not finishing. This is 9.9 seconds behind, but he did not finish. This is very odd indeed. Oh. So, once again, for a very interesting final race of the season. So, only 2 DNFs for this race. Darky was not considered DNF, but strangely, he was considered at 9.9 seconds behind the lead. So, he should finish a net P6, but the game has not classified that. Darky is classified as a DNF. We'll have to work that out. What's happened? But still, great finish from Tecromancer, as well as once again Wayne in 2nd place, and Skipper and Pandaden once again not making any inroads on what's happening here. And strangely, automatically they've joined the VC already. Look at that. Driver's radio. So we should be able to get our driver's interview pretty shortly indeed. I almost out of breath, honestly. It was a very great race to commentate on. And to round off a final season, I know I wasn't here. I wasn't present in the commentary box for a couple of races. And obviously, once again, great curiosity to the field drivers this evening. Give us a very exciting race to talk about. And if I'm gonna need some pills to cure my sore throat, which is happening right now, I only have the drivers to blame. And here they are, our top three for this evening's race to run off the 7th season of the JF. Once again, welcome to the top three. Welcome to the podium interview. So first up, Skipper, once again, finishing third today. Not your usual top two, not your usual race winning standings, but obviously you're season 7's drivers and constructors champion. So congratulations, Skipper. How do you feel about this feat over this whole season? Congratulations on being champion.
Yep, thanks so much. Yeah, it's a great achievement to be champion and have maintained my consistency for the whole season. So yeah, I mean, for this race, I think I just didn't have that much pace in the dries. Actually, it started in qualifying, so I just kept invalidating my lap. Perhaps it was insufficient practice, but yeah, I mean, that doesn't take away from the fact that I'm champion. So really not disappointed today with the result.
Obviously, we're lacking your title rival here, Panaden, this evening. And obviously, that doesn't mean we have seen any less racing action from you today. So take us through your battles today. I mean, how do you find the front few battles with the other front runners like Wayne, Corrado, and Ferrari as well? Great job from him as well. So take us through your battles from him. It looked pretty interesting from a commentary's point of view.
Yeah, I guess for the first few laps, I was just trying to find my feet, find my pace, because we saw the forecast, it was going to rain, and I usually prefer a lower wing setup. And I think subconsciously, when I go to a higher wing setup, I push harder and I make some mistakes. So I think it just took a while to grapple with that. But I think after a while, I could match the pace of Quilado and Wade pretty well. So I cleared them, and afterwards, I knew that all I needed to do is to work together with Tacro, and I'll pull away from the rest of the leaders.
And obviously, well, with Panaden missing, obviously, I mean, but I don't think with the two retirements from Rashawn Robot as well as Shining Storm is not the way you wanted to win the Constructors Championship. Obviously, you wanted to put on a show for us, but obviously you're a champion. So, well, what kind of mindset are you going to bring in towards the next season of the JF? Let's say in season 8, what kind of mindset are you going to bring towards for future races?
I think it's just consistency. That's what has won me this season, I believe. Practice as well. I think I set some really strong. I had some really strong qualifying performances in the past races, and at those tracks, I mean, it was not too difficult to just go away with the lead. Obviously, Panaden is a really tough competitor. So if he does join us for the next season, then yeah, I think we can expect the same level of competition going forward.
Obviously, every season we have new faces. We have previous faces appearing in every single season, and obviously we definitely want our drivers to come back time and again to obviously mentor the newer drivers and obviously bring in new competition as well for every single season. So once again, Skipper, joining us since season 5. It's your third season already, and finally you've got our first title. So once again, congratulations, Skipper, and hopefully we can see you in the future seasons to come. So once again, congratulations and have a great evening.
Thanks, you too, man.
All right. So next up, Wayne. Once again, impressive performance. Once again, finishing in second place, even despite qualifying, whereby an early end to qualifying as well. So take us through qualifying. Well, you retired early, so take us through your decision-making process through that.
Okay, so for first of all, for qualifying, I did not really retire, but more of the game screwing me over. I wanted to rejoin because I had some graphical issues on my side. So unfortunately, the game retired me after me leaving the game. So I was kind of quite surprised that I stayed in P5, although I only did one lap around the circuit.
Well, track elevation, not really playing into the competitors' favors for Wayne. So obviously, I believe you had a more interesting race as compared to your qualifying. So obviously during the race, we saw you team up with your teammate Daki all the way through and trying to like just defend against Corrado. So take us through all that partnership with the team with Daki. How do you feel within a battle with Daki versus Corrado?
Initially, at the start, I realized that Mercedes was actually competing with Ferrari for the constructors. Although I'm a reserve, but I would like to help the different teams as much as I can. So initially, at the start, I didn't really think I had the pace, considering Skipper managed to overtake me. However, I was fortunate enough to stay in the DRS with Ducky and Quilado. So we swapped around positions to make sure we didn't really lose anything. And I was kind of struggling with ERS management as well, due to the high wing setup that was running due to the rain forecast in the future. And I was also struggling with tire wear. So I was quite lucky to stay in the DRS between Ducky and Quilado.
But of course, the rain has really caused a bit of late race drama towards the end of the race. And obviously, on cameras as well, we caught a very, very interesting moment whereby the rain suddenly came, and both of you, being very close together on track, having worked together as partners to fend off against Corrado all the way, you found yourself in a very interesting position whereby whoever comes into the pit first will get first service. So, do you actually intend to let Ducky go through? I mean, you both came into the pit lane side by side, and I think that has caused Ducky a little bit as well. So take us through that. What happened in the pit lane entry?
Unfortunately, I started to realize that the front runners were pitting only after I exited the last corner. So I was quite gutted for Ducky because he had to sacrifice the double stack, and I only realized after I started to pit with the front runners. Also, keeping Quilado behind was one of my priorities as well. So uh, I was quite sad for Ducky, and I hope I at least helped the constructors a bit by scoring P2 for him. But it was amazing to work together with him, as he has amazing pace, as you can see from the past races he has participated in.
Of course, I mean, sometimes you have to rob Peter to pay Paul, and I think in your aspect, I think well, a little bit gutted for Ducky, of course, who's well, he has not really managed to finish in a good position today, but obviously at least you've managed to back the key prize pool, which is the constructors champion. Congrats getting P3 for Mercedes, and I think you really contributed a lot today, Wayne, as a reserve driver, and I think the other teams you've also contributed a lot as well in terms of their points as well. So once again, great job once again, Wayne, and hopefully see you as a full-time driver for future seasons once again. Thank you, Wayne.
Thank you.
Oh, finally, Tacromancer, our race winner for this evening. Once again, great job. Our season 6 champion, and once again, winning the British Grand Prix. Tacromancer, great job after a very dramatic race. So, obviously, P4, I mean, you're the only AlphaTauri driver or the Racing Bulls driver here. And take us through your thoughts with many of the teams with 2 drivers at hand today, and you're the only driver. Well, do you think you really have a tough mountain to climb today, even despite your great race pace? I mean, you're currently in 5th in the standings behind Mercedes. But take us through that. How do you think about the your in terms of constructors? How do you think it was without any teammates?
It was tough. My main concern was Daki because we're fighting for the championship as well. Because I'm fighting for P3 in the championship. So I mean, quality pace was not there. I'm making too many mistakes. So and plus with the rain coming, so I took a gamble, went for higher wings. So that helped a lot in the long run. I could keep up with them and maintaining pace. Daki made a lot of mistakes that caused me to get closer. And Skipper helping me all the way, maintaining the lead. So it was good. We had good pace overall.
Of course, and speaking of Skipper, it was very interesting to watch that strategy between yourself and Skipper. I mean, we did see you let Skipper by, and Skipper sometimes letting you by, and took us through that so-called mini partnership here. I mean, it sounded like a love your enemy sort of partnership that was going on there.
Yes. Because I thought like there was no point fighting Skipper because he's way ahead of me. So rather we help each other out. So I mean, it helps him for the constructor as well, and me for the championship as well. The further we get away from people, so it helped me a lot.
Were you actually targeting the group behind, considering Wayne and Ducky? I mean, we know that was a main competition.
Yeah, I was. I would rather be 3-4 seconds, have a big gap just in case there's a problem or I make a mistake. So it's better to have a gap. So I was focusing on that.
Yeah. So once again, that's a very good strategy. Obviously, knowing to pick which of drivers is your main opponent, and obviously working together with the drivers around you to actually help you ultimately win the race. And I think, well, maybe Skipper won it because of the penalty. I mean, it was a great race to the line in terms of bit of action. I mean, probably Skipper would have got it on the line if without the penalty. But I think it was a very good racing between yourself and Skipper. So, well, how would you describe the competition for this season as well? I mean, you've raced with us since the third or fourth season, and how do you find the competition for this particular season in season 7?
It's always been fun racing here. Always new challenges, new people to meet, new friends I can make, and good drivers every season. So it's a good competition. I love this.
Yeah, of course. And obviously hope to see you for the future seasons as well. And I think that's a purpose of the JF. And really, hopefully see you for season 8 as well.
Yeah, for
Like
sure.
I said, so, well, once again, yes, thank you, Tigermancer, and congrats on the win once again, and have a great evening.
Yeah, thank you. Cheers.
Right, so that rounds out our podium interview for this season. And speaking of friendly competition here and a great and competitive feel, we'll have to bring you a special person right here to the interview room, and that's Corrado, pole sitter for the first time in this season, and obviously our first time. He's a rookie for this for GF, and once again, first time getting a pole in the final race of season 7. So great job, Corrado, and welcome into the special interview session. How do you feel about the pole early on during qualifying?
The pool felt great. It was a good lap, especially knowing that Skipper, Tekru, Daki, Roshan, all these are fast drivers. Quite surprising that I beat them off the line, off the at quali. So yeah, pretty amazing feeling.
And obviously, we saw you being embroiled in a battle between yourself and the two Mercedes as well. I mean, considering that they want the hard tires and you want a medium compound tires for 18 laps. Well, take us through that battle. I'm pretty sure that no one must have expected you to just sustain 18 laps, yet stay with the hard compound tires all the way. That was an amazing stint of medium tires.
Yeah, got a bit unlucky during the first few laps. Got hit quite a bit, dropped from P1 to P6 if I'm not wrong. Interesting driving today from the rest, but I was able to hold on with the mediums. It probably showed that I actually had pace to fight at the front. Just unlucky that it was some interesting tactics at the front today.
Of course, I mean, you're in a battle with a Mercedes, your direct constructors rival. So, how do you feel that you had to actually battle it out yourself without help of a teammate? JW, I understand JW, your teammate, was out due to a connection issue. Otherwise, he would definitely have been together with you. So, take us through your battles. How do you feel that your contributions have been towards the team this evening? Do you feel that Ferrari, well, was being third place? It was mainly due to your contributions, and would you be bringing that to the next season as well?
Well, to be honest, I would like to thank Wayne because he helped Ferrari out a lot considering I joined a lot later. And I didn't have time to practice at the start, so my results were lackluster. And then only after Brazil, then I managed to have more time to practice. So that's why I started getting podiums. I even got a win in Saudi Arabia. I thought I could convert a win today, but unfortunately, I couldn't. Well, my teammate has been very helpful. We have been practicing time to time together. And well, these are things you have to do as a rookie because as a rookie, you don't know anybody in the season, you don't know anybody in the league, so you have to find new people to practice with and everything.
Of course, I mean, as a rookie, I think you're one of the Ferrari pair of you between yourself and Kurt and JW has been one of the standout performances so far in terms of being in the dark horses and trying to disrupt the flow of the front runners every single time. So really amazing performance from the Ferrari team this season, and I really hope to see you once again in season 8. And I think you've really you've really got the mindset of trying to form new friends inside this championship as well. So really congratulations to you, and really hope you can enjoy your weekend from now on. So yeah, thank you, Corrado, for joining this special interview session.
Thank you.
All right, so once again, to conclude this season, well, rivals turn friends, and obviously new bonds being formed. This is what we see from Ferrari team, and obviously partnerships, especially with Wayne and Ducky. Well, especially Wayne, we've seen a very, very good neutral body, as a matter of fact, scoring points for very different teams. And that's the purpose of the reserve driver sort of role here. The third driver role is meant to actually serve as a little bit of a neutralizing position to actually score points from various different teams. Obviously, they will have no part in the Drivers' Championship, but they play a pivotal role inside the constructors as well. So keep a lookout for these reserve drivers, and we'll definitely hope that these reserve drivers will continue to come to the JF and participate as drivers for the seasons to come. So in case you guys reserve drivers are listening, well, hopefully we'll see you once again in future seasons. Well, if there is a future season, as a matter of fact, that's going to take place. Maybe take place to contribute as a staff. Maybe join me in the commentary box as well. So we need more people to join us here in the JF as well. So once again, if you haven't tuned in since the first race of the JF, once again, thank you very much. And of course, it has been a very, very fruitful 11 races with you all, and hope to see you again in the next season if it happens. Once again, have a happy year ahead. And for now, enjoy your weekend. Thank you very much, and goodbye. This is me, Palace 56, signing off, and enjoy. Bye-bye.